Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. We got some breaking news. We got a co-main event for UFC 277, July 30th. We're getting an interim flyweight title fight between Brandon Moreno and Kai Kara-France. And this is kind of out of the blue. A lot of people thought that we'd probably end up getting Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno 4 after their most recent close fight. But I guess Deiveson Figueiredo is injured. It hasn't been officially announced what kind of injury he has, but I guess he's going to be out for a little bit. And now they're going to do Kai Kara-France versus Brandon Moreno 2, which is an amazing flyweight fight. I'm a little bit disappointed. This is a topic for another video. I'm a little bit disappointed we're getting another interim belt. I mean, I don't know how long Figgy is going to be out. He just fought at the end of January. So if he could fight by the end of the year, as long as he's not going to be out for over a year, I would have no problem with them not doing a title fight. But you know, the UFC, for their pay-per-views, they have to have title fights on the card. Otherwise, they feel like they can't sell them. That's why they did a random heavyweight interim title fight for Cyril Gane versus Derek Lewis, even though Francis Ngannou had just defended. But overall, this is an amazing fight. I'm not sure what the main event's going to be. There's been some people talking online about a potential Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena 2 main event for UFC 277. I hope that's not the case. I don't want to see that in the main event slot. But I love this flyweight fight. If you did not see Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara-France, the original fight back at UFC 249 in December of 2019, you need to go back and see that fight. That was an amazing fight. Kai Kara-France won the first round, but it was a very active first round. Both guys landing heavy shots. Then in the second round, Brandon Moreno started to take over as he made adjustments. He started to throw a lot of volume and hard combinations and just start walking Kai Kara-France down. Then in the third round, much closer round, Kai Kara-France started to be a little bit more effective in the third round than he was in the second. But Brandon Moreno still just throwing heavy shots, just throwing nasty combinations and landing quite a bit of shots. So he edged out the third round. He, in my opinion, won the fight 29-28. It was an amazing fight, and I'm actually super excited to see this rematch. I just, I can't get over the fact that we're getting another interim belt. I mean, how many interim titles are we going to get? And how long is Deiveson Figueiredo going to be out? Because the flyweight division, a lot of people have talked shit about the flyweight division for years, and it is getting so good. We got Deiveson Figueiredo, we got Brandon Moreno, we got Kai Kara-France, we got Brandon Royval, who just got a big win this past weekend over Matt Schnell. We got Alexandra Pantoja. There's so many great guys at flyweight. I can't believe at one point the UFC was going to close down the division, and now we're kind of in a spot where I absolutely love this fight. But now you got Pantoja, who has 2 wins over Brandon Moreno, who's on a winning streak right now. He's going to sit out. The winner of Brandon Moreno versus Kai Kara-France is obviously going to fight Figgy. So who knows? Brandon Moreno potentially beats Figgy in the 4th fight. We could have a 5th fight. It's super interesting. Kai Kara-France is going to come in on this fight on a 3-fight winning streak, and it is a solid winning streak. He got that KO win over Rogerio Bontorin, where he was being out-grappled. He was able to get back to his feet and brutally KO Rogerio Bontorin. Then he fought Cody Garbrandt. I actually picked against him in this fight at UFC 269 December. And he went out there and he slept Cody Garbrandt. And most recently, back in the end of March, he fought Askar Askarov. My opinion, I thought Askar Askarov was going to be able to out-grapple him. Kai Kara-France went out there, was able to keep it on the feet long enough to win the fight. It was a close fight, but Kai Kara-France getting a big win over Askar Askarov. And now you have Brandon Moreno, who, I mean, he's fought Deiveson Figueiredo 3 times straight. They went to the draw originally. It was a great fight. It wouldn't have been a draw. Figueiredo would have won had there not been a point deduction from the referee. Then in the second fight, Brandon Moreno comes out, puts on a spectacular performance, and chokes out Deiveson Figueiredo in the 3rd round. Then they rematch at UFC 270 January of this year. Super close fight. Could have gone either way. Figueiredo gets the decision. And I know a lot of people were complaining, oh, I'm tired of seeing these guys fight. Each fight was super interesting and compelling, and both guys are one of the elite in the division. I have no problem. I know we get tired of rematch after rematch, but I think this was a fight we need a 4th one of. And now it's kind of, if Brandon Moreno loses his fight, we're probably never going to get that Moreno-Figgy 4 matchup. Kai Kara-France comes in. He has a lot of power. But I just think Brandon Moreno, again, the things I look for when I look for top fighters, contenders, championship fighters, is constantly making adjustments mid-fight and constantly improving fight after fight. And Moreno is a guy that was cut from the UFC. He was able to make his way back, win some fights, and make his way to a title fight and win a title against a guy like Deiveson Figueiredo. A lot of people didn't think he had any chance in that first fight against Figgy. It was a short notice fight for both guys. He went out there, he fought to a draw. Even though I get it, Figgy probably won if it wasn't for the point deduction, but he comes out in the second fight. He makes the adjustments he needs. Maybe Figgy has an off night. He ends up winning via rear naked choke. And I'm curious now, what kind of adjustments does he make coming in? He fought Kai Kara-France before, and Kai Kara-France has evolved a lot too. So this is going to be a very compelling fight. It was already a very good fight back in 2019. So I can't wait to see these versions, these elite versions of Moreno and Kai Kara-France rematch it and see. I guess somebody's going to be the interim flyweight champion, and I can't believe, I said this before in the video, but I cannot believe that the UFC was going to close down the flyweight division at one point in time. As far as an early prediction for this fight, I think Kai Kara-France has a lot of power. He's shown that in previous fights, brutally KOing, Bontarine, brutally KOing Cody Garbrandt, but how much does that really mean with Cody Garbrandt's chin issues and the fact that he was draining himself to get the flyweight? But, he does have that knockout power. It's very rare for guys at flyweight to have that brutal one-punch KO power. But I think Brandon Moreno is just too durable. I think he's too fast. I think he's the better striker. I think Kai Kara-France, he's done pretty well when he goes out there against the grappler. He has decent takedown defense. He has decent defensive jiu-jitsu where he's trying to keep guys from advancing position and trying to keep guys from submitting him. And he's able to get back to his feet, scramble back to his feet, and beat a lot of these guys standing up. But Brandon Moreno is not going to come out here and try to grapple him. And even if he does, I think Moreno is a little bit better grappler than Kai Kara-France. But I don't even think that's going to matter because Kai Kara-France is very good with his takedown defense. Kai Kara-France is really good at scrambling back to his feet. I think Moreno can mix it in. I don't think Moreno can win a fight purely by grappling against Kai Kara-France. But I just think Moreno, he has the championship level experience. He's gone 5 rounds multiple times. Kai Kara-France has not. Kai Kara-France has great stamina, but we've seen in the first fight, as the rounds went on, Brandon Moreno just started to put it on him, and I really believe that Kai Kara-France is not going to KO a guy like Brandon Moreno, who was taking big shots from Figgy and not getting rocked, not getting put out. I don't think Kai Kara-France can do it. So I think Moreno is just such a well-rounded fighter. He's ever evolving. He's fast. He's durable. He has great stamina. He's super well-rounded, and I just think he gets the job done. I'd probably go Brandon Moreno by decision. I don't think Moreno is going to stop Kai Kara-France, but I think it'll be a very exciting back-and-forth fight. But I see Brandon Moreno getting the job done, especially in that 4th and 5th round. I see him winning a decision, but I'm super excited for this fight. I absolutely love this fight. Again, a little bit of a damper. We're getting another interim title fight, and it kind of sucks that we potentially might not get Moreno Figgy 4. But if Moreno beats Kai Kara-France like I think he will, then obviously Moreno is going to fight Figgy after this. You got a little bit of a logjam now with Alexandre Pantoja, Brandon Royval kind of making their way up, potentially earning title shots. So they're going to have to wait a bit because Brandon Moreno Figgy 4, if Moreno does win, isn't going to happen until probably the end of this year, early next year. So it's going to be at least mid next year to fall of next year of 2023 before a guy like Royval or Pantoja gets a shot at the flyweight title. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, and thank you so much for watching.